Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to make some sticky toffee pudding. Sounded like the perfect little warm-up dessert for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you know, when you don't really want to go anywhere because it's so cold. So that's what we're going to do. To get started, I need to make the sauce for the pudding itself. Now the sauce does call for double cream, which we do not have in the United States. The closest equivalent we have is heavy cream. It's a few percentage points off on the buttermilk fat, but that's what we're going to have to deal with. You can order it, but it's like $20 for 6 ounces, and that's not a lot. So I'm not going to spend that, so we're going to use heavy cream. But I need to put that in a pan. Okay, so I've got my heavy cream in the pan, and I'm just going to add to it my 100 grams of light brown sugar, my 75 grams of dark brown sugar, cubed butter, unsalted, 100 grams, and then I've also got 25 grams of 70% dark chocolate, and that is going to make our sauce. Alright, so basically here I am just going to heat this up until the butter melts, the sugar dissolves, and then once I do that, I've got to simmer it for a couple minutes, and basically it needs to thicken before I can put it into my tins ready to make the sticky toffee pudding. I never like recipes that say until thickened. The sauce has been on the pan for longer than the 2 minutes simmering, and it doesn't necessarily seem to have thickened. So I don't know, but it's been on there pretty long. So I think I'm going to call it good. It looks good. It smells really good. So it will firm up. I've got to chill it in the refrigerator after this, so hopefully that's what it needs. So basically right now I'm just going to take 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to use a big spoon and get 2 big rounded tablespoons of this into each of my foil dishes here. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. These foil containers are a little bit bigger than the ones that they call for in the recipe. The centimeters and inches thing just doesn't match up. So I'm just going to do what I got to do. And so I think I'm just going to put an extra spoonful in here, because I only need 1 more spoonful of the sauce on the other end. So I'm just going to kind of coat the bottom. Okay. So like I said, I am going to need more of the sauce later, so I'm going to just hang on to that. But I'm going to put those in the refrigerator to let them chill for 30 minutes. We are ready to make the pudding itself now. So I have dates. So we needed soft, pitted, chopped into pea-sized pieces dates. And I have got 200 milliliters of literally just boiled water that I'm going to pour over top. Okay, and then I'm also supposed to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda to my dates. Okay, and then we just mix and leave this to cool for 10 minutes. Okay, and so while that's cooling, I'm just going to go ahead and move on and make the rest of it. Alright, so I have already got my butter, my softened butter that I need for the actual pudding itself. I needed 125 grams of butter softened. I've got some more light and dark brown sugar in here, 125 grams and 50 grams respectively. And so I need to beat this until on medium speed for 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, we are definitely at pale and creamy. So now we need to add our eggs. Again, room temperature eggs. So I've had these sitting out for a few hours, and I'm going to add them one at a time and mix well in between each egg, so that way they get incorporated. Okay, our eggs look very well incorporated. Now I just need to add my flour mixture. Now I've already sifted my flour together with some cocoa, some baking powder, salt, and yeah, I'm ready to just add it because I wanted to sift it before you guys had to watch me do it again. All right, and we'll add it in. Okay, my mixture is quite thick, as you can see in there. It's definitely an interesting consistency. Okay, but now I need to add the dates and walnuts. We have walnuts in this recipe too. It's been just about 10 minutes. Didn't take quite as long as I was expecting to mix that up. And half the walnuts. Okay, and mix to combine. Well, it is definitely not thick anymore. All that water and that date mixture definitely took that out. Okay, it is definitely not a thick mixture anymore. The water in the date mix made it more of a batter, like you would see in a cake. Of course, we have those walnut chunks in there, so that's chunky batter. And now I just have to divide this between my 4 foils that I pulled out of the fridge. Get those in there. Okay. So I just have to evenly spread them out. Evenly is a little easier said than done sometimes. Now this does make 4 tins, and it says that each one serves 2. So basically you're making 8 servings, because this would be a lot of cake. I think even only having 2 people eat one of these might be a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be so good I won't be able to stop eating it. Alright, once I've got these all leveled out, my oven is already set to 355 Fahrenheit. It was 180 degrees Celsius. And then they are going to bake for 25 minutes until a skewer comes out clean. I'm going to I'm going to have to watch my bakes really well because, like I said, these are slightly bigger containers than the ones that they advertise on the recipe, but I just couldn't find the exact size. It's not all that different. It's 3 centimeters one direction, which is about an inch. So that might be a bit of a difference, but I couldn't get any closer. That's just what we have. All right, so we are going to put those in the oven at 355 for 25 minutes. It's been on the nose 25 minutes and they are perfect. Okay, look at those. Now the thing is, I'm not done baking them. I've got to pour a couple more tablespoons of my sauce on top and then sprinkle the rest of the walnuts, and I'll put it back in for another 5 minutes. So it says 1 rounded tablespoon. It's a lot thicker now. I'm going to do 2 rounded tablespoons. You can never have enough sauce, right? I mean, it is a sticky pudding. Not quite figgy, but how different are dates and figs? All right, that looks so good. And then I'm just going to sprinkle the rest of my walnuts on. Maybe some with a little bit more walnuts than others. Okay. So now this goes back in for another 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, look at those. I mean, those look delicious. It says to serve immediately, so who am I to judge? All right, I've got me some sticky toffee pudding with a little scoop of ice cream because that is how it recommended to eat it, so who am I to judge? Again, anytime you put ice cream with something. Wow. It's super moist. I mean, obviously you poured the sauce over top, but it's not like a underdone moist. That is really good. Like, you are feeling like you need some comfort food. Sticky toffee pudding. Try it with a little bit of ice cream. Yep. That's good. Seriously though. It was pretty easy too. I think it says like 30 minutes hands-on plus chilling. So, yeah, honestly, it might even be a little less than that. It was pretty easy. The baking part was just kind of, I wanted it to be done so I could have some. But yeah, that's really good. I do like that the walnuts kind of add texture. I mean, there's the flavor of the walnuts a little bit there too, but otherwise you'd just be eating like a mouthful of really wet cake, which, I don't know, nothing really wrong about that. But, so either eat these immediately, or you can, let them cool and then heat them up later. So I'm going to hopefully take a couple to other people so they can taste them too. Because we're getting a lot of sweets in this house, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love my sweets. But anyway, thank you for joining me for today's bake. It was super delicious. I'm going to keep eating this. But please do like, subscribe, go watch all of my other videos here somewhere. They're all fun, and they've all been really good so far. See you next bake.